Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I'm so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. All right. Thank you, Spirit. As I was shuffling the cards and meditating, getting ready for your reading, I was playing my ohms on my echo, and then all of a sudden, a mantra for Lord Ganesha started playing. So that was his way of letting me know, to let you know that whether you've worked with him before or not, if you're experiencing obstacles that you need some assistance getting through, maybe a tough time, some hurdles that are very difficult right now, Lord Ganesha would love to work with you if you are open to that. Okay? All right. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with this Archetype deck to see what overall energies are impacting you at this time. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for this beautiful being? Prince. Romantic charm and potential for power. So there could be romance in your realm at this time. I'm getting the energy of attraction. You're very magnetic at this time. Very magnetic. You're able to draw things towards you, and not just people. This isn't just about romance. You're able to draw experiences towards you. I see you literally as like a magnet, and things can come to you, kind of like Magneto. I forget how his superpower works, but I know it's something with metal, and yeah. The way that you interact with people and with the elements around you is very powerful. Divine is saying you have a huge say in how things go. You have a huge amount of influence, not only in your world, but in others as well. In the world of others as well. So some people use this to manipulate people, but that's not you. I already know that. That's not you. You use your power to influence people in a positive way. Divine is just reminding you that that is a part of the power that you have. Also, someone sees you as very powerful. There's someone who sees your power. Okay. All right, we've got gambler. You're willing to take a risk. And that's a beautiful thing, because you don't allow fear to stop you. That's one reason why you have such powerful manifestations, is that you don't allow fear to stop you from taking a risk. You have the willingness to follow your intuition even when others doubt you. You know, sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, at least for me, it feels a little invigorating to hear that somebody's doubting me. I'm like, okay, let me show you. Let me show you what I can do. You might be like that too. I don't know. Okay, and you also you have a natural desire to help others. You got the Samaritan card. Okay, so there are some people that you could easily ignore if you chose to. There are people that a lot of other people around you would choose to ignore, but you have a desire to help them. Archangel Michael is coming through. You might work with Archangel Michael, or he may love to work through you. But I'm getting that there is this sense about you where when there's injustice, you want to help others. Yeah. It's just a natural thing about you. You don't like to ignore certain things. You feel a call to justice, to see that justice is served. Okay? All right. Let's get one of these. Thank you, Spirit. What other message do you have for this beautiful being's overall energy? It's time to take action. So that's good with this card. You know, you're willing to take action and take a risk Divine is calling you to do just that. There's something very brave that you're being called to do. And Divine says, it requires your courage, but it is so worthwhile. And you'll be so happy that you took this risk. They're saying that it feels like a risk to you in the physical realm, but your spirits are like, it's not a risk at all because we already know it's going to work out. They're like, we got you. And they already know that this thing that you feel that you must do, for some of you, it's something creatively that you are moving forward with. For some of you, it's a relationship with this Prince card, okay? But the potential there is so amazing. For you to not tap into it, we're not even going to talk about that, because I feel like you're so driven to do this. Is going to happen. So you got Aries energy here. You can connect with Mars, okay? You can connect with Aries energy if you have Aries energy in your chart. But this is a very good cardinal energy for starting things. So if you are having a tough time getting going with a project or a union or something that you want to manifest in your life, the cardinal energies are very good to tap into, okay? But you have the passion and inspiration to do this. Divine wants to reassure you that you and your loved ones are safe. This is about your home life. This is about your children. This is about anyone that you love. They are safe, they are protected, and they're also safe because of you. Because you have such wonderful energy with the Samaritan card. You help people whenever you can. Yeah, someone may have criticized you and said that you don't do all that you should do. Divine is calling bullshit on that. It's not true at all. You have a beautiful heart and a beautiful soul. And it's clear to anyone who's willing to see your greatness that you have a heart of gold. You may feel like whatever this is that you are ready to take action towards, that makes you selfish. It doesn't. It's actually wonderful for you to manifest the things that are true to your heart, because then you can be in a happy state, in a joyful state, in a content state, so that the people who you give your time, energy, and effort to are able to enjoy the best of you. If you're always forsaking your desires and what's truly best for you, you're not living a life that's truthful and purposeful for yourself and fulfilled. And you deserve to live a fulfilled life. A fulfilled life. All right. This is Leo energy. Don't let pride get in your way. There might be something that you don't want to admit that you want. Or there might be something, this is what's coming through. There might be something very extra that you think you need to do in order to go for what you want. And Divine says you already have what you need. They said the list of things that you think you need is actually much shorter than what you think. So you may have been telling yourself, okay, before I move forward with this, I need this, 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 and this, this, and this, and this. Okay? But Divine says that you already have what you need. You are what you need. So there might be some thoughts that are originating within the ego, making you think that you're not enough. But you are enough. And you are ready for this journey. A new start is coming, Ashe. Yes, it is. And it's going to be beautiful. Yeah, you're a powerful manifester. So I'm just very excited to see what it is that you are moving forward with, because it's going to be divine. All right, Spirit. Yeah, let's go ahead and lay some tarot and see what's coming through. Thank you, Divine. Please show me the current conflict or situation that this beautiful being is experiencing. Okay, this came out in the reverse. Ooh, I like to see a tower in reverse. Yeah, that's when you want to see in reverse. Okay. There's been some conflict with something that you've been dreaming of achieving, manifesting. I see that you've been taking time to heal yourself with the Four of Swords, but you've also been taking time to dream of what you want. Divine says that is not time wasted at all. That is a wonderful way to use your mental energy, because you're taking time to create on the 5D, when it's only a matter of time until it manifests in the 3D. 1111 on the timer. The things that you dream of manifesting will come true. Here with the Devil, there was, it's like, it's crazy how this is, because it's like right after you have taken time to heal and rest and recuperate, you may have been resting and recuperating and healing from something that was very traumatic for you. And then you started to spend more time thinking of the things that you want to create in your world, because after all, this is your life and you have free will to create the life that's right for you. And then bam, the Devil. I'm seeing this as self-defeating thoughts, like worst case scenario thoughts that sort of almost seem to pollute this beautiful energy here of whatever it was that you allowed to form within your mind, within your imagination, of your power, your potential for the future. And then there's the Devil waiting right there to come in with self-defeating thoughts, worst case scenarios. But I also see, because right there next to that you have the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is known for her magic. So this could be someone who is trying to influence your manifestations in a negative way. This could be someone who, for whatever reason, didn't want to see you create the life that is due to you, the life that you deserve, the life that will fulfill you. I'm going to take a look and see what interference was there. But the beautiful thing is that you've got Lord Bess here coming in with protection. So whatever interference was influencing your manifestation power, your ancestors, your spirit allies, and your connection to the divine said, See? That's your protective spirits right there, standing behind you, shielding you, and backing you up in whatever situation you need support. And in this case, it's you moving forward on your path, creating the things that you're here to create and the things that you've intended to create. And your spirits are behind you saying, we got you. Don't worry about that dark magic, that dark work that they're doing to try to impact your positive movement forward. They said, don't worry, we got you. Ashe. So then you've got the Tower in reverse. And I feel like there was a potential for something that truly could have stopped you here. Perhaps that's what this Queen of Wands and the Devil were trying to create for you, was a tower. But because you have the protection of the angels, of your ancestors, of your spirit allies, and of the divine itself, this tower became an opportunity for you. A tower in reverse. I want to clarify this Four of Cups. That was remembrance and mischief. Ooh, otherworldly. Nine of Wands. Awakening, foresight, and exile. There's something here that you're manifesting that is not popular with someone. Isn't that always the case? Whether it's a creative endeavor, whether it is a union, whether it is a business, whether it is a foundation, some sort of foundation that's going to serve a community or whatever, there's always somebody that wants to shit on your parade, right? And I feel like energetically, sometimes that is allowed because we need that friction in order to inspire us to become our best selves, so that as we manifest, we're manifesting the most positive thing possible. It's not just something that gets the job done. It's the very best thing that we ever could have created. And so with this Four of Ankhs here, this Four of Cups, there's something that someone wanted you to reject. There's something that they wanted you to give up on. That was the whole purpose of that dark energy work that was done, was to get you to forsake what it was that you really truly are here to create. We're in the minute of 17. 17, you're the star. And you are using all of your healing energy, your healing power to create exactly what's best for you to create here. And you didn't let anything stop you. So you took your otherworldly ideas, the things that people said you shouldn't be doing, and you awakened to your full potential. You had the foresight, the intuition to see that there was something that they wanted you to forsake. There was something that they wanted to see you give up on with this exile card. And you said, no, not today. You gathered your courage with the Nine of Wands. And you said, I'm going to keep going. You didn't allow yourself to become burdened. You put up your protection. You put up boundaries. Because see, earlier, this was purely spirit protecting you. This best card is like when your spirit step in to protect you, when you might not even realize that you needed that added layer of protection. But they saw that Queen of Wands. They saw that dark energy work that was being sent your way. And so your spirit stepped in. Now, at this point, you're also protecting yourself with boundaries and shields of protection. And that's why you have the Four of Wands here. This is a full manifestation of what you visualized. So you went from seeing what you wanted to create to actually creating it. Now, for some of you, this is a union. This is the marriage card, as you can see there. It's a beautiful union between two people. For some of you, this is a union among several people. So this could be an organization or a foundation that you have started. This could be a creative endeavor that you've started that feels like a union, a celebration, a coming together of people. But Divine wants to reassure you that if you have not gotten to this place yet, where you have fully manifested what it was that you set out to manifest, that's where you're headed. Because what you are creating holds so much potential And it's not just that it has positive potential for you. It's not just going to benefit you. It will, because it's your true purpose. It's why you're here. But it's also going to benefit so many other people. It's going to be a reason for many people to celebrate. I'm seeing a whole community. For some of you, this is a family that's going to celebrate. Some of you are manifesting happiness in your home, happiness in your love life. Divine, show me, I want to see with this Queen of Wands, the energy that was being sent to you. What was being done by this Queen of Wands with this double energy here to stop this beautiful being on their manifestation path? Ooh. And that makes sense. This card makes complete sense, because you know what? Your spirit stepped in, and now I see that you are also protecting yourself. You learned how to protect yourself, so guess what? Their spell work is backfiring. Is backfiring. There is someone right now who is sitting back. This Queen of Wands, whoever this was, this dark spiritual worker who uses their power to work against people instead of supporting the collective. They are in so much regret right now. They were sending psychic attacks to you. Before your spirit stepped in and said, hey, some of those thoughts that you had, those self-defeating thoughts, they were not your own. This Queen of Wands wanted you to think the worst. This Queen of Wands wanted you to think that everything that you are here to create, to build, to grow in this lifetime was never going to happen. That's what they wanted you to think. A person deliberately sends harmful thoughts, emotions, or intentions to another person, often with the intent of causing confusion. What am I here for? Why am I here? What am I doing? Can this even work? You know, feeling silly about your purpose, feeling defeated about your purpose, that's the result of a psychic attack. Trying to cause confusion, anxiety, or distress. Seeing problems where there are none. There may have been times where you felt so discouraged when you were trying to manifest this beautiful union, celebration, foundation, creative endeavor, business, whatever it was that was within your heart to create. This person wanted you to think that it was impossible. This person wanted you to think that the odds were stacked against you and not for you. But you know what? Your ancestors and spirit allies said otherwise. They said what is meant for you is meant for you. 2323 on the timer. Balance and collaboration. That's something that this little Queen of Wands here could never destroy. Because your path and your purpose is divinely blessed. I want to take a look at this spell work is backfiring. Hold on, let me, yeah, let's, got me riled up. You know, it's like when people deliberately try to stop you. And the thing is, this Queen of Wands knew that what you were doing was divine. They still know it. And that's a part of their karma. That's a part of this backfire, is for them to sit back and know that they tried to destroy something that was divine. And so all of those entities, all of those demons that they called on, that they summoned, they're now attacking this Queen of Wands. You know, I'm going to tell you something about demons. They respect beings like you. They respect beings that are high vibe and that are on a path of true divinity. And a lot of times they won't even mess with you. Even if this person makes a pact, they won't mess with the chosen ones because they know what it is. They know that you will not fall for the illusions, the confusion, and the chaos that karmics fall for all the time. And a lot of times these demons that karmics will summon in order to do this type of dark work, they sit back and they laugh at the karmics who call upon them, who make these pacts with them. Because what they realize, what the demons know, is that the karmics will summon them, but in the end, the demons will always require that they pay. They will always come to collect. And sometimes whatever it is that they're collecting is more than what the karmic has. And so they always end up losing. They cannot win these fights that they try to win with this dark magic. And the demons that they summon end up laughing at them. It's true. It's true. Thank you, Divine. Show me this backfire that this Queen of Wands is experiencing. Broken mirror. Their self-image is shattered. They doubt their own abilities. Listen, there is a loss of this Queen of Wands abilities. This Queen of Wands is completely doubting themselves, whether it's male or female. Because also something about these energies that work deliberately against divine beings, a lot of times they'll shift from masculine to feminine. Sometimes they do that in order to disguise themselves in the spirit realm. So when you're pulling cards on them, a lot of times they'll come through as, they might come through now as a Queen of Wands. Then they come through as a King of Wands, because they'll use their masculine and feminine energies to try to camouflage themselves, or it's whatever energy they're currently working with. Okay? What else? Tell me more about this person's backfire. They're in a total fog. They're in a fog of indecision. They've separated themselves from their inner knowing. And so they don't have access to their intuition anymore, because any intuitive guidance that they used to be able to receive and access, they used it in order to try to ruin people, to ruin positive manifestations. They're completely out of control. They've distracted themselves with a false sense of control. They're wasting their energy on things that they have no say on. No say whatsoever. They felt very in control when they were summoning these demons, but now that the demons are coming to collect, they're completely out of balance. Meanwhile, you are triumphant. And Divine says that one thing that is going to continue to support you as you manifest and fulfill your destiny is positive self-talk. Because with these psychic attacks, their number one goal, if this person is still trying things, I feel like they're in a very weakened state at this point because their spells are backfiring. But if they continue to try this work, the number one thing is to see yourself the way that you really are, to see your destiny and your potential in a positive light, which is where it really is. This person wants you confused, and they want you to see the worst case scenario. Let me see. Yeah. Thank you, Spirit. Show us more about this situation. Yeah, this person was trying to rob you. They wanted to rob your destiny. They knew that your intentions were divinely aligned and divinely guided. They know this. And they wanted to rob you. But Divine said, oh, justice. And your justice is the full manifestation of your intentions. There is nothing that this Queen of Wands or anybody else can take away from you. I keep coming back to the fact that this is divinely aligned. The reason why you are so blessed and so protected is because what you want is divine. You know, it's like if what you wanted was completely out of alignment for your destiny and for your path, then yeah, you wouldn't have all this favor. But you do have this favor because what you want, and you're getting good news. Your good news is that you get what you wanted. You get what you've been working for. You can have sweet dreams, beautiful being, because divine is coming to your aid. Whatever it is that is left on your journey of manifesting what it is that you've wanted, you have divine guidance and you have divine assistance. I don't know what I would be telling you in this reading if what you wanted was not so divinely aligned, but all I can say is that you're so beautiful because what you want is exactly what you need. You know that Coldplay song, when you get what you want but not what you need. You don't have to worry about that because what you're getting is what you want and what you need. Yeah, you're trusted. Divine says that you are a trusted, beautiful being. And that's why they're assisting you the way that they are. Tell me more about this situation, Divine. Yeah, you're in your North Node. You're completely aligned with what's right for you. That South Node is what feels comfortable, but you know it's toxic as hell. The North Node is what you are here on this earth to accomplish and to achieve. And I feel like that's why this Four of Wands that you're manifesting, that's why it has seemed so difficult sometimes. For those of you that this is a union, you may have been through some very toxic relationships. You may have been through some relationships with narcissistic people. And for a person like you, I feel like you have empathic abilities. I feel like you are psychic, you are intuitive, deeply intuitive. It can be very difficult to break away from a person who is narcissistic because you want to help them. You develop love for them and you want to help them. And sometimes we feel like I just gotta heal them, but not everyone is ready or able to be healed. Not everybody wants to be healed. Not everybody is in a relationship for healing. Sometimes they're fulfilling the karmic role, which is to inspire us to develop our abilities as much as we can in that situation, and then have the power to cut them off and keep our boundaries. Sometimes that's a person's job in our life. That's their purpose in our life. And so that could be some of the things that you've experienced, is that toxic, those toxic ties. But you're in your North Node, beautiful being. Divinely aligned. You have faith. And it shows. And you have faith when it comes to a mature woman. This could be someone that you've been in a relationship with, 3333 on the timer. Your relationships with other people are blessed. You have the power to collaborate. I feel like for some of you, you're building something, creating something that deals with community and collaboration, so that is blessed. But regarding your interactions with a mature woman, this could be someone that was very difficult. This could be someone who was very toxic. For some of you, you're receiving divine guidance regarding this. I'm getting that some of you have been dealing with a very toxic parent. This mature woman I'm seeing as a family member who maybe was very toxic and rude. This could be a person that you were in a relationship with who was presenting a lot of difficulty. But your pathway is blessed. There is no one who can stop you. For some of you, this mature woman is the Queen of Wands. That's who was throwing that negative energy your way, but your pathway is blessed. I'm getting that some of you have experienced mistreatment. There's someone who has mistreated you, potentially causing you harm. And Divine says that those days are over. Those days are over. Give me another card for this expectation. Divine says that you are turning your pain into power. You're turning your pain into power so you can expect actual money. You can expect abundance, prosperity. Divine says you have the Midas touch. You have the Midas touch. And that's what this Queen of Wands wanted you to forget. With all their dark magic, all their psychic attacks. I'm getting also that for some of you, it wasn't like this person with the psychic attacks, like they were at an altar with candles and herbs and all of that. It wasn't even that serious for some of you. For some of you, this Queen of Wands or this mature woman who was throwing negative energy your way, they did it with their words. Evil words, dark words, humiliation. Divine says the things that they insulted you about are actually your strengths. They're some of your greatest attributes. But this person is so cunning and so conniving that they watched you, they've studied you. And they studied you to know all of your best traits. And they intentionally humiliated you about those wonderful traits that you have in order to take away your power. How do they win from that? Well, if they disempower you, then they feel like they control you. And that way, you wouldn't use your power and your potential for your own destiny to manifest such wonderful things that you've been dreaming about. They would have control over you, and they would be able to siphon your energy in order to get whatever it was that they wanted. And with this actual money that you are manifesting, I keep hearing they have the Midas touch. They have the Midas touch. That's what this Queen of Wands wanted for themselves, was your abundance and your ability to manifest abundance. That's what they wanted. And instead of inspiring you and motivating you and congratulating you along the way, because I know you've done some amazing things already. Divine says you're steady with your excellence. You're steady with your excellence. That takes effort. And you've been manifesting all this time while you've been experiencing negative energy and harmful treatment and harmful words from this Queen of Wands. Your pathway is about to get a lot clearer. A lot clearer. Show me more, Spirit. Yeah. This is all about your awakening. That's why you've experienced this negative energy. Is because it has shown you your power. It's revealed to you your power because you had to overcome some things that you never even thought that you'd have to. Also, I'm getting that you awakened to a lot of the issues that were there that before didn't seem like issues, but because you have grown, you can't be around the same people. You can't be in the same situations, the same environments. It just won't work because you've outgrown them. You're better than that. You're better than that. Spirit says you never deserve to be with someone who used abuse to try to control you. You're a whole divine being out here. And these are the tactics that they were using. This person used gossip, trash talk, and lies to disempower you. There could be a Gemini involved here. Okay? But also I'm seeing that this is about your mental energy. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. You have an incredible amount of intelligence that you can tap into in order to overcome this, these psychic attacks and this negative energy that they try to hit you with through gossip. So that already tells me that this Queen of Wands, or whoever this was, it could have been a whole group of people that was attacking you. They made it a community effort. Okay? For those of you facing conflict in the workplace, this wasn't just one person. This was a whole group of people. If this was in a neighborhood, it was a whole group of people. In a family, a whole group of people that they conspired with to try to attack you, to try to bring you down, to try to influence you. Your spiritual rank is off the charts. You are angelic. You may work with deities. You may simply work with the divine. You may work with angels, the archangels. But divine says that you have the favor of all of them. There is not a divine being that exists that would not come to help you, because you are aligned with your higher self. You're here to do the work that needs to be done. 4111 on the timer. You are protected in all of your new beginnings. There could be Scorpio energy here. You may have a lot of Scorpio energy in your chart, or you may have been dealing with a Scorpio. Whew. I'm riled up in this reading. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, let me pull a couple of these. Thank you, Spirit. Show me more for this beautiful being. Yeah, somebody was impatient. Somebody was very impatient. And I'm getting impatient and greedy. That's why they resorted to doing this dark magic on you. Like I said, whether it was through a formal ritual, what I'm getting is that there's somebody here who meditates a lot. They meditate in order to impact the ethers, right? And then to bring change to your world mentally through your mind. Divine says protect your mental space. Use third eye chakra meditations, crown chakra meditations, okay? That's going to help with that. If you ever feel like these psychic attacks are sort of coming through, if you feel impacted by it, use your healing frequencies, take cleansing baths, cleansing showers, play your mantras throughout your home, do what you know to do, and also identify that negative energy and send it back. If you start having, especially like with something that you're manifesting, let's say you're manifesting something for your creative endeavor, for your business, or for your love relationship, and you start feeling really negatively about it, like all of a sudden everything's a problem, all of a sudden you're feeling afraid, all of a sudden it just can't, what, you know, it's like that type of vibe, like anxiety. Take some deep breaths. Recognize that those are not your thoughts, because your thoughts that are natural to you are like, of course I'm going to have this. Because we've already seen that it's divine. It's for you to have. So when you start feeling negatively about it, you know that those aren't your feelings. You know that those aren't your thoughts. So you can take those thoughts and feelings and send them right back to the person who sent them to you. And I mean, we can see who this is. This is a Queen of Wands. It could be a male. Sometimes a person is working from a different end of the spectrum as far as gender is concerned. In the spirit realm, people do that. So it doesn't have to be a female, but they're coming through as a Queen of Wands. And also Gemini came through and Scorpio came through. So if that helps you identify them, but if this is your reading, you already know who this is. So this person was impatient and they were greedy. And that's why they resorted to doing this energy work on you. Okay, but as we can see, the spell work is backfiring. Thank you, Divine. Yeah, this person is doing these things because they have guilt wounds. They feel sorry They try to make you feel sorry for them. They use guilt in order to manipulate your emotions. 4444 on the timer. Divine is coming through with heavy protection for you. They use their voice to hurt, whereas you use your voice to heal and to encourage people. I feel like you have, what's coming through is like a gentle voice. I'm sure you can have a heavy voice when you need to or when you want to, but it feels like you have just a really gentle vibe when you speak in your natural state. Divine says it soothes people. Your voice is soothing, and it makes people feel secure and confident. Okay, so that's you. This person over here, trying to work in their dark energy, uses their voice to manipulate and to humiliate. With this goddess card, you are a goddess or you are attracting a goddess. You're in your state of flow. You're in a positive state of flow where you are one with the universe. You're ready to create. You're ready to manifest. You're ready to receive the blessings of the universe. For some of you, you're a beautiful representation of the divine masculine. And you don't have to look like this, okay? But you're beautiful. And your power is strong. I'm getting earth energy. So wherever you have earth energy in your chart, that's coming through right now. Divine says that you radiate a sense of security to people. That's the comfort that you bring to people. It's like this very laid back, easygoing vibe. It's so attractive. Divine says that you can use this vibe to help you manifest, because it's just good vibes. People feel good when they're around you. You know, they feel grounded when they're around you. What I'm getting is that people could feel like just all crazy and all over the place. And then all you have to do is be around them for a minute and say something to them. It doesn't even have to be something really deep. It's just your voice. When they hear it, they're automatically soothed and they feel secure. It's like the energy of a tree. You're very grounding. So that's your energy. Beautiful. Yeah, you have the power of stillness. You don't always have to be moving around. You don't always have to be doing this and doing that, you know? Some people think that doing more gets more done, and it's not necessarily true. Sometimes doing more is just doing more. But you realize that when you act with intention. You do things with intention. If it doesn't need to be said, you don't say it. If it doesn't need to be done, you don't do it. Because you move with intention. So in your stillness, there is the ultimate sense of peace. And people feel that around you. Divine says that when you're still, it's not a waste of time. You're recharging. You're gathering the energy of the earth and of the elements around you, the air. If you're around water and you're still with water, you're absorbing that. You're taking in the energies around you. The fire, sunlight, you're taking it all in. And you're recharging. You're pure magic. You're pure magic. Okay, so we've got romance here. And see, romance, so we've got romance, twin flame, and we had the Four of Wands. Where was that? Yeah, the Four of Wands. Look at that. How's that for love? How's that for love? So it looks like you are attracting something really, really beautiful, really powerful. And that's why people have an issue with it. Protect whatever it is that you're manifesting. When you are as beautiful as you are, as magical as you are, and you manifest things that are so amazing like what you're manifesting, it really does attract evil wishes. Okay, so divine is saying to protect not only your mental space from psychic attacks, but also whatever it is that you're working on or creating or building or attracting. Protect it. And sometimes you're going to protect what you're creating through privacy. You're going to keep what you're working on private so that other people don't always have their eyes on what you're doing, you know? Because you have this natural magnetism and this natural ability to manifest in such a beautiful way that a lot of people are jealous of that. But ultimately, you've just got to live your life. You can't always look over your shoulder, okay? Because you have so much creative energy. So much creative energy, and it's beautiful. Divine says to use it. Don't allow these people who are trying to stop you, don't allow them to interrupt your flow. Don't allow them to do that. Divine says to surrender to the beauty of your path, to the divinity that you are, that you have running through you. Every cell, every part of you is divine. Okay? Yeah, you might draw support now from spirit animals. Connect with animals, not only for support, but for their spiritual lessons. I love the deck by Kim Kranz. It's the Spirit Animal deck, I think. I've been using that. I pull one of those every morning. And that right now is my favorite spirit animal deck. I love it. But there are a lot of great ones out there. Yeah, you're also very independent. But what Divine is saying is that your independence sometimes could lead to burnout, which is one reason why, for some of you, you are manifesting connections that are here to support you. Okay? Thank you, Divine. I'm so grateful for these messages. Yeah, nobody can stop you. Nobody can stop you. They try, but you just adapt and overcome, you know? It's like when they throw something else your way, you figure them out. And you're like, okay. Now the next one that tries something like that, I already know. And that's how you keep leveling up spiritually, is when you experience these hurdles or these attacks. Some obstacles are just there because it's a test sent by the universe for us to level up. And sometimes there are these toxic ass karmics who just continue to throw attack after attack after attack because it's a personal vendetta. Typically it's something from a past life where they're still mad at you and they want to get at you and blah blah blah. Well, you know what? You're still gonna win. It doesn't matter how old the battle is between you and this karmic. You're still winning. And they're just gonna have to get over it. But whatever the obstacles are that you've been experiencing, they're here to help you learn, adapt, and overcome. And that's exactly what you're doing. You're becoming a spiritual giant. Okay? Ooh, I love it. Okay, I'm pulling from the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for this beautiful being as we close this reading? What message do you have for them? Okay, I just pulled this one, the Galactic Mushroom. So it's the Divine Matrix. I might read a little bit of that, but I want a different one. That is card 24. Okay, the Benefactor. Grace and Generosity. This is card 3. Grace and Generosity. So I'm going to read just a little bit of 24 just to refresh our memories on what that is, because Divine is sending it through for a reminder. Okay, so that's, I'll read the first paragraph. Oh no, I'll read the last one because that sums it up. The galactic mushroom reminds you that your dreams and desires are heard. See, you're manifesting. There's nothing that can stop your manifestations from coming through. This is a call for faith and trust. Whatever intention you hold consistently with hope and faith first manifests in the unseen realms. See, that's where you were doing that Four of Swords, where you were imagining it. Your imagination is so powerful. It's so powerful, and it helps you to manifest so well, so easily. Whether or not you can see it working on your behalf, eventually you see the evidence play out in the serendipitous events that work out in your favor, seemingly outside of the law of cause and effect. Your most beautiful results are being birthed right now, not just for you, but for the highest good of all. Okay? And that's why Divine is blessing your intentions, because they are for the highest good of all. All right. I'm also going to read the benefactor. Oh, look at that. It's a little mouse. Or a rat. I don't know. Oh, it's two of them. That's cute. It reminds me of Ratatouille. There might be something relevant about that movie, Ratatouille. That's one of my favorite animated movies. There could be something about that with manifesting something. Like maybe you thought that you were outside of the realm of possibility as far as like whatever it is that you want to create or manifest. Perhaps you thought that you weren't cut out for it. And Divine says, bullshit. Bullshit. What you're manifesting is so meant for you. It's so perfect for you. And you are so perfect for it. I don't care what it is. An endeavor, a relationship, whatever it is, it's for you. And you are for it. And it's divine. Okay? All right. Benefactor, card number 3. Grace and generosity, gifts, support, mentoring. When the benefactor weaves her energy into your life, you're put on notice that all manner of positive reinforcement is coming your way. The universe wants to let you know that just as you have been generous with others, serving with your gifts even in the smallest capacity, so will you be rewarded in a myriad of ways. The most beautiful gift the benefactor gives you is the recognition that you are stewarding and sharing abundance on behalf of a higher source, one that is always working through you. The divine is always working through you. The motives for her generosity to you, as well as yours to others, are intangible, although you will see the results reflected in the material world. The benefactor reminds you that it's in the purity of your desire to share without the need for reciprocity that, paradoxically, your initial generosity is reciprocated tenfold. So all those things you were doing just out of the kindness of your heart, universe saw that. Divine saw every act of kindness. And you had the Samaritan card, yeah? Didn't you have, yeah. You're being rewarded for all of the wonderful things that you've done for everybody. Your initial generosity is reciprocated tenfold, seemingly without any connection to the original act. Dream sharing and caring into being. And you will be amazed to see this vibrant seed take root and spread. Do it just because, and the benefactor will give you her blessing. And you're already being rewarded for the many wonderful things that you've already done. Please don't stop along this journey of manifesting what is in your heart to manifest, because it's going to yield so many wonderful results for you and for those around you. I'm seeing that there are people who will watch what you've manifested and they will be so inspired to move forward on their divine path, because there are people who are going to see you manifest and they are going to realize that there is hope for them. They're going to see their potential hope because of what you have already done. It's going to inspire them. So yeah, this is something very big that you're doing, and that's why certain energies have come in trying to impact you and influence you. But yeah, I feel like, I don't know why I'm still pulling cards, but somebody wanted to influence you and get you out of, like, reel you away from what you're supposed to be doing, but they never were able to do that. You've stayed on course, and Divine doesn't want you to steer off course at all, because they wanted you to step away from your dreams and your goals and your purpose, because they didn't want to see you win. You know, there's just some people who don't want to see positive things happen. If it's not happening in their world, they don't want to see it happen anywhere else. So, but those people are suffering right now, and those spells are backfiring. So you stay tuned into what you're doing, and don't let anybody stop you. All right, beautiful being, I hope that you enjoyed this message, and I hope that it brought you comfort and peace and good vibes and clarity. And I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I wish you peace, I wish you joy, and so many blessings. Take care.